So this little FaceBlaster is amazing for shin splints and just overall tightness anywhere really, but I'm loving it for the feet and ankles. It is amazing. I just went snowboarding and my feet are killing me, so I came in the sauna where I'm staying. I'm so glad I brought this little guy with me. If you get in this sauna or jacuzzi, or even just use a bucket of hot water, especially if you're somewhere cold, but just stick your feet in the hot water or the sauna or jacuzzi or anything, and then you can use the little FaceBlaster, or you can also use the Mini 2, and it feels so amazing. Right here, whoops, it can kind of separate those little tiny bones in the feet and the fascia and everything that's choking it out and tightening things. It's so amazing. Ooh, I'm feeling little firecrackers and the little sparks. Let's switch hands here. That's a good thing. That's blood flow. If you ever feel little sparks or like little, Ash explains them like firecrackers, little twitches, those are the nerves and blood flow and everything just sort of waking up and being loosened up. Ah, that hurts so good. Oh my God, I can feel little tingles and twitches right there. I mentioned this earlier, but I was just snowboarding and my feet keep cramping up and were just really hurting, and I just was thinking the whole time I was on every single run, I was like, I can't wait to FasciaBlast. So I'm in the sauna now for some post-recovery. Ah, that's so amazing right there. If you guys haven't taken your FaceBlaster to your feet, do so, because it's incredible. Oh my God. Okay, so right there, I feel twitching all the way up my calves and in my toes. And there's, if you look at the fascia lines, there's this really thick band that goes up from here and attaches there at the ankle and can go down to your feet. So this, it's kind of like the IT band of your calves. Oh, that feels amazing. And then right there, the back of the ankle, super tight. This is supposed to be a split, right? These are two muscles in your calves. My calves are actually really beyond bound, but I've been working on them, so they are breaking up. But this little guy is amazing for the calves. I usually start with the FaceBlaster and then I'll graduate to the Mini 2 and or the big FasciaBlaster. But if you start with this sort of as the prep, if I were to do this with the Mini 2, it feels like rocks on gravel. Like it's just way too gravelly. I've had really bad shin splints, and that was the first thing I took the FasciaBlaster to when I bought it, and it got rid of shin splints so I could run without pain. I don't really run anymore, but if I wanted to. But my lower legs are still super beyond bound, and I was waiting until winter because I'd always bruise really bad when I'd FasciaBlast my calves and shins and stuff. But now I'm going off on them, and it's funny because they're actually going through a worse before better phase when you press on it. And sometimes even in the right lighting, there'll be like little hail damage dimples on it, but you can see how bound up they are. Sorry, I'm trying not to use the shadows. Look at that all the way down. My ankles used to be way tighter, but if you pinch your calves and you see little dimples appear, like that's a really bound up area right there. You'll see a lot of times people get spider veins. I have veins, but they're not really spider veins, but they're definitely, that just means blood flow is clamped off in that area. So it's really important to open everything up in your lower legs. You can do a nice flush afterwards. I'm gonna take the Mini 2 here and see if I can get in a little deeper. But now that I've sort of desensitized it with the FaceBlaster, oh, this feels a lot better. I was trying to do the Mini 2 at first and it was just a little bit too much. So for areas with high pain, the FaceBlaster is, oh my God, amazing. And I'm not trying to make you jealous. I'm just saying it's incredible. right there feels really good. And then in a minute, what I'm probably gonna do is take the nugget end here and see where, if you feel down, you're supposed to have a shin bone. See how locked up that is? You see the dimples? Fascial recoil. Anyway, you're supposed to be able to separate the shin from the bone here in the middle, and I've been working on that a lot. But the Mini 2, if you just take it and you kind of can feel with your hands first, that's the bone, and there's the muscle, and that's supposed to be where the separation is. So just take it and do the stab, wiggle, wiggle to separate everything. It'll probably really hurt at first, so just ease in lightly. I'm actually going relatively deep now, but I started by face blasting for like, I was probably doing it for about 10 minutes before this video. And then, oh, this is hurting. Face blasting, and then I did some light flushing, and now I'm using the Mini 2 all the way down. Well, it's slipping out because of the oil. And it's also a lot tighter here. If I had two hands, I'd be using 1, 2, I don't know, I can't balance my phone, but basically if I do this with the other finger, it kind of helps me guide the Mini and help it not slip out. So that's a two-handed job, but I'm holding my phone with one hand. But then you can come here to the other side of the shin bone. That's supposed to be separated. To me, that's super, super grimy and crunchy. I don't know if you can see it, but it feels like little bumps when I go over it. So you can do some coloring and crayoning here over it. Oh, that already feels better. I'll immediately start feeling little tinglies and blood flow in my feet, and sometimes all the way up my leg when I open the fascia here. So I did this on the other side, but I was saying how there's a band in the fascia lines. There are these thick bands that go all the way up the sides here and attach at the knee. It's like the IT band of your lower legs. So on this side, there's also, there's a band that does this as well, and it goes down like ankle straps. So if you take the FaceBlaster, I'm trying not to. If you take the FaceBlaster and do that, oh, I love you, Flo Flo, and go up the side here, that is super jacked. But up here where I was poking earlier, and you could see all the fascial distortions and dimples, ow, that really hurts, but this FaceBlaster is allowing me to then go in with the Mini 2. Oof, and that still hurts, but it's definitely not as bad as when I tried to go in just without the FaceBlaster as a warm-up. This is like such a good pain, but after snowboarding all day, this was all I was looking forward to, so I'm so glad this place has a sauna. You kind of take the upper claws of the Mini 2 and scrub out the backs like that of your calves, and of course gonna have to do a little nuggeting. So there's supposed to be two muscles, and again my calves are so beyond down that you don't see the separation of the calf muscle. Actually just doing this with my thumb, I can feel a huge adhesion under here, so I might do this for a while with my thumb. If I had two hands, I would use the Mini to go in here. It keeps slipping out, but you can go in there and just sort of stab, wiggle, wiggle. That's very painful, and that's letting me know, sorry, shadow. It's letting me know that that area is severely, oh my God. Okay, scale of 1 to 10, that's like, I don't know, an 8. So it's just telling me that I have this big area here that's jacked up. That's probably a big adhesion, something going on in there, pretty deep. You can see when I poke it, you can see the dimples. So that's not gonna come out in one session. That's gonna take quite a few. I know I've worked on it before, but it's still painful. But it's interesting because that's where the calf muscles come and sort of attach here. And then this is a big band of fascia and a muscle here in the back. So whenever there's sort of a highway or intersection of, this hurts, of fascia lines and muscles, it's easy to get a lot of tension there. Like in your bicep and shoulder tie-in. Ow, sorry, this really hurts. Anyway, don't want to make this video too long, but FasciaBlast your calves, people, and if you have the FaceBlaster, it's the bomb diggity.